LOL.
What does LOL mean to you?
Go.
Why are you rubbing it?
Lots of lotion.
LOL is the best social commentary of our generation. It carries pristine and actually shows what true life is about. Love, laughter, and living out loud.
It looks like a man drowning. You go, it is. It's like
League of Legends!
little old ladies. Yeah.
Even though LOL does mean that, it also can mean the transfer of energy, a graph system. So there's different energies such as kinetic, gravitational, and spring. Okay. And this is the initial energy for different times in the system.
And the O is used to represent the system. So if you were to throw a ball in the air, you would put a ball, a hand, and then the entire Earth. And then the second L is used to describe the final energy in the system.
Good.
So based on the last example, the O is the object in the system. So there's the ball, there's the hand, and then there's the entire Earth. So then you start doing the L, and it's right before the drop. So you put 4 blocks, or how many blocks you want to, under gravitational, because it's above ground and it's not moving yet. And then you have to put X's where there's no energy being performed in the system.
And then the second L is right before the ball hits the ground. And even though it's not touching the ground, there's no height above the ground, so there's no gravitational or spring, so we put X's there. And you put the same amount of blocks from the first L and the second L under kinetic because it was moving. And it's important to remember that it doesn't matter how many blocks you use, as long as you have the same amount, because LOL charts, the blocks are qualitative, not quantitative.
Alright, based on the last example, before the kick, that was the first L, there was 3 X's that we're going to put because there's no kinetic energy because it's not moving, there's no gravitational energy because it's not above ground, and there's no spring energy because it's not being compressed. And then the system includes the ball, the ground, and the entire Earth.
And then the kick is adding its positive working because it's adding 4 boxes of energy into the system. So after the kick, you have 4 boxes in the kinetic energy, not in the gravitational because it's still on the ground, and then none in the spring because it's not being compressed or stretched.
So based on the last example, we're going to assume that there's friction in the system and the ball comes to rest. So there's going to be an LOL chart. In the beginning, it's the same as the last one. Right before the kick, there's no kinetic energy, there's no gravitational energy, and there's no spring energy. And it's the same system where it's the ball, ground, and the entire Earth. And there's positive energy going into the system from the kick because there's added energy. And so the next L, which is the next time in the system, is halfway to rest. And in that, it's the same. There's 4 bars of kinetic energy because that's what we arbitrarily added into the system. And there's no gravitational energy because it's not above ground. And there's no spring energy because it's not being compressed.
And then now we have another system, but it's just the same as before, where you have the ball, the ground, and the entire Earth. And now you have negative work in the system. You have the force of friction taking out all 4 of the blocks from the system, and now the ball will come to rest due to friction, so you have no kinetic, no gravitational, and no spring.
Hashtag LOL. Hashtag classic.
Let's go in. Yeah, you want to know about LOL charts and like energy? Yeah, then I'll tell you about energy and LOL charts like synergy. Wait, no, that's business, not physics. I go hard on the beat like that guy. LOL charts calculate the energy of a toaster strudel coming out of toaster. I go hard on the beat like a boaster. That's not a word, and I'm gonna pass it to my homie.
Yeah, LOL charts, Mr. Gusman, he's the king of swell that he makes an art form, yeah. Especially on the beat, he's my partner. He does things like Jeffrey Gardner. That's my Gardner. Represent.
What you need? What you need? What you need? LOL, white America.